Her skirt was slightly raised, her back arched against the meeting room table. And he, my husband, with his hands where only mine should be. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just felt my body freeze while the coffee I brought her cooled on the tray. They didn't hear my steps, didn't see the door open, too busy laughing quietly, mixing pleasure with cruelty. She never suspects anything, he said, breathless. And she, in the same sweet voice she used in our meetings. That's what makes it so easy. She said my name. As she turned and saw me standing there, the smile didn't fade. It just got clearer, as if she were saying, "Now, yes, welcome to the end of your own game." She was always too nice to me, the kind who compliments you while looking straight into your eyes, but with a smile that doesn't warm. My boss, my mentor, my reference. "You have potential," she used to say. "You just need to learn to trust." I trusted, gave my all. Worked late, answered emails at dawn, traveled with spreadsheets open on my lap. And she, always watching, always so close, always so generous. When she met my husband at a company party, her gaze lingered too long, asked too many questions, laughed at his jokes like they were a genius. "He's charming," she said later. "You're lucky." At the time, I thought it was just a woman admiring another. But now, looking back, that compliment was the first warning. Opportunities started rolling in. Lunch invites, special projects, public feedback. Then suddenly, she said, "You work so hard. Why not bring your husband for the finance opening? It's hard to find someone trustworthy." I hesitated, but he was excited, and she insisted. "This company is like a family, isn't it?" I signed the papers, not knowing I had just signed my own sentence. At first, it was even fun having him there. We shared rides, exchanged looks during meetings, scribbled secret notes, but little by little, he started disappearing. Not physically, psychologically. He stayed later than me, started hanging around her in the hallways. "Director stuff," he said. Came home talking about how smart, visionary, inspiring she was. Inspiring. That word lodged in my throat like a splinter. One night, I asked if he wanted to have dinner, just the two of us. He said he was tired. Too tired to even look at me when he said it. The next week, I found out they had traveled together for an investor meeting in Florianopolis. She didn't tell me, neither did he. I learned from a story posted by the company driver, the two of them in the car, smiling like they shared secrets. I started noticing the details. His new scent, the new clothes I never remembered buying, the way he echoed her words. Yes, even his language was becoming hers. And she, always perfect, called me in for personal development meetings, said I looked distracted, stressed. "Are you really happy with your life, dear?" She looked at me like she already knew the answer, like she'd already placed the poison and was just waiting for the symptoms. In one meeting, she said, "Sometimes the problem isn't the position, it's who we are outside of it." At the time, I didn't know how to answer, but something inside me began to die. It was a Thursday night. It rained, but he came in dry. No coat, no hurry. Wearing that same strong cologne, too bold for a regular day at work. We were in the living room when he got a message and flipped his phone face down. I didn't ask. Went to the kitchen, and from there I heard it. A voice message, short, her voice. "See you in the president's suite. Left the key with reception. You know the way." The glass I was holding trembled in my hand, but didn't fall, because neither would I. The next day, I faked an external meeting, returned to the office late in the afternoon, with the lights dimmed, hallways empty, and silence on my side. Used my own key, went up to the top floor, past the executive reception, empty, and then I saw it. Door slightly open, dim light, their shadows projected on the frosted glass wall. She against the desk, legs parted. He standing, whispering, laughing, his hands on her back, the same hands that had touched my shoulder hours before. I didn't go in. I stood there for what felt like hours. Then she said, dripping in pleasure and venom, she never understood this was always about us. And he, laughing, you won. I understood then. It wasn't about him. Never was. It was about me. She didn't want my husband. She wanted my collapse, my silence, my surrender. I walked back the same hallway, passed by my own office, where a present rested on the desk, an envelope with my name in her handwriting. Inside, invitation to the company event, without my name on the speaker's list. On the back, handwritten, you are no longer needed. She had planned it all, meticulously. I didn't sleep that night, but I didn't cry. Sat on the edge of the bed, feet on the cold floor, mind awake, while he snored lightly, satisfied, turned away. He had dragged our marriage to the office floor. I didn't want revenge out of pain. I wanted justice out of clarity. The next day, I went to work wearing a dress he used to compliment, hair tied, subtle makeup. Looked at myself in the mirror and whispered, today, you begin to return. Walked through reception, smiling, greeted everyone, entered the director's office without knocking. She was alone at her computer, surprised to see me. Forget something? She asked, poison hidden in politeness. Number just came to say, thank you. For what? For showing me how much you underestimated me. Before she could reply, I placed a brown envelope on her desk. Inside, building access logs, security footage timestamps, message screenshots from the server backup. She turned pale, but smiled. You won't report me. You don't have the guts? You're right, I won't. Pulled another envelope from my bag. A new project filed with the board. Ideas she buried as not ready yet. Now, with my name, signed, endorsed, published, I'm going to another company. Next week, leadership role, triple the salary. And yes, they know everything. She tried to hold her composure. You're dreaming, dear. Companies don't hire traitors. Smiled. I didn't betray anyone, but you betrayed your title, your ethics, and underestimated the wrong woman. Before leaving, I gave her the final piece, a flash drive with footage from the president's suite, captured by the security cameras she forgot to disable. I won't use it, yet. Turned my back, walked out, unhurried. The room went silent, but I already heard the sound of her empire starting to crumble. Friday, annual company event, auditorium packed, soft lights, slides ready. She walked on stage with the microphone and that flawless smile. My husband in the front row, clapping with enthusiasm. Me, back row, watching. She began the presentation, goals, growth, innovation, until the slide froze. The file on her flash drive replaced the night. Before with mine, the image froze, then shifted. Photos, entrance and exit times, sweet scenes, the two of them, together, in sequence. Silence in the auditorium, just breathing, and shock. She froze, tried to unplug the file. Too late. Final image, voice message screenshot. You were my best revenge. Mic cut off. She walked off stage, no eye contact. And he searched for me, found me, standing. I approached him, slow, calm. You destroyed me for a bonus and a stroked ego. He tried to grab my hand. I didn't know she would, that this was, you knew exactly what it was. Handed him an envelope, divorce papers, signed. He stood there like a lost boy, everyone watching, no one speaking. She passed me on her way out, wide eyes, pale skin. I thought you'd implode, she whispered. I did, I replied, but I'm the kind that turns rubble into foundation. She didn't smile, didn't answer. I moved on, in heels, in the silence of someone who won, without shouting. It's been 7 months since I left that company. 7 months since I signed my name firmly at the bottom of the divorce. Today, I wake up in another apartment, another city, another silence, but this time, it's mine. I opened my own consultancy, small for now, but mine, with my name on the door, my ideas in the contracts, my story behind the curtain. I didn't need to erase the past. I used every scar as fuel, every betrayal as brick. The other day, she texted me, short, "You won." I didn't reply. She wouldn't understand what real victory means, because winning isn't destroying others. It's rebuilding yourself with the precision of someone who has seen the ground collapse and still stood tall. My ex-husband reached out, wanted to talk, apologized, said he missed the woman I used to be. And calmly, I answered, she misses you too. But now, she has me. Today, when I look in the mirror, I don't see a victim. I see a woman who learned to use her hands, not to beg, but to build. If you've ever been betrayed by those who applauded you in public while poisoning you in secret, remember, you don't need a stage, you need a mirror. And when you finally look at yourself, don't recognize yourself by the pain, but by the strength, because it was she who saved you.